What's up, everyone? We're gonna have no, we're not gonna have Spectre versus Sage, of course. We're gonna have X-Ray versus Ben Gay. It's supposed to start any second. Ben Gay just logged on. There's Craing alt Craing. I think it's Crying. I think that's what it's supposed to be, but I say Craing in my head when I pronounce it. I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, X-Ray is also on Smog Tours. Bit of a drama behind this because what is an X-Ray Ben Gay game without some drama and salt? It just kind of fits both of their characters, especially Ben Gay with regards to his consistent tardiness. But basically, they're scheduled to play at 12, and X-Ray supposedly had to leave soon thereafter. But Ben Gay, of course, didn't show up until 30 minutes after without saying anything. So naturally, X-Ray pretty much had to get off. But I came back on because X-Ray came. I think that it was more of like a kind of a preemptive thing, like because X-Ray probably has something in like 30 or 40 minutes. Like he didn't want the game to drag out, but now he's like, "Fuck it, I might as well at this point." So hopefully that doesn't cause him to be late or give him any inconvenience if he was being legitimate, which I'm inclined to believe he is. I think that X-Ray is kind of a no-nonsense type. I'm kind of annoyed that people always just assume that people are fishing against Ben Gay when in reality he just always fucking shows up late and leaves. Like people have shit to do in their lives, so. I'm kind of annoyed by Ben Gay's antics, if you want to be quite honest. But I think he's a phenomenal player. He's shown, especially strides as of late in Smog on Snake drafts. He played really well, brought some interesting teams. So hopefully we'll be able to see some of that here. But we could also see a complete flop with some failed innovation. He's kind of hit or miss in my eyes. Anyway, the game started so much. Player, and we're good to go. All right, I'm just gonna pause for 1 second. We'll be good. Hello? Okay, yeah, we're back. So X-Ray is using the same team that he used in Smog Tour Playoffs Round 1 against FMG. It's a pretty solid offensive team with Superior and Mega Metagross. I believe it's Scarf Latias, Specs Keldeo, AV Tornado Starion, and Stealthrox Landorus T. It's pretty straightforward build, but it is definitely solid. Superior is a nice matchup pick for a lot of opponents. Unfortunately for this game, it seems a bit less effective against him and also against his opponent X-Ray. Both of them have Superior, by the way. Looking at Craing's team, it's more of a fishy team. It has a couple of dynamic win conditions such as Volcarona and Pinzer. Anyway, hold up. So the game's going to start. It looks like a lead Landorus T for the Crying side. He's going to take an HP extra 81% from the Tornadus, which is combated by a 52% Rock Tomb. So then we're going to see the Landorus Starion come on in on a presumed Stealth Rock. Yep, I mean, why the hell not? I imagine that we'll see Stealth Rock here from Landorus as well. We could see a Stormy pivot from Ben Gay if he is ballsy enough, but instead we're going to see an Imprison. Wow, great play there. Really cool tech. So that does mean, however, that this does not have Explosion or HP Ice. So actually I might as well just click Earthquake here. Yeah, it clicks Earthquake a U-turn. The chat is gassing up Ben Gay, but I don't think that matters a ton. It's just a matter of will he be able to get his rocks up against something else? Because like he's not like his Landorus is in danger. It is definitely needed to check the Pinzer in the long haul, if I had to guess. X-Ray said knew it LMAO in the chat. How did you know it? Whoa, why would you go Metagross on so it's not Earthquake? Pardon me? Alright, that's weird. I'm getting a PM. I gotta pause for a second. Why do people always fuck me up when I'm recording? Right, well, I changed my mind. Zoro Dark just PM'd me saying that Metagross, who's a Crying Ben Gay's teammate, so that Superior is dual screen. So I've given up on humanity at this point. This is some real cheesehead bullshit fuckery. Right there. This Metagross actually does look relatively threatening, although it is slower than the Volcarona, given the ORAS Mega Evolution mechanics. And I don't think the Volcarona is going to be too interested in taking a potential 80-some-odd% Zen Headbutt, so I imagine he goes to Volcarona and clicks Fire Blast. However, if it is indeed dual screen Superior, then I tell you what he's going to do. He's going to go to it and click Reflect, perhaps. Certainly would not be a bad move. I think either move is valid. I don't think you go to Starmie here, though. I feel like there's little to no merit in that, personally. That ship on from Explosion on Metagross actually could be of quite noteworthy value. For example, it now is not able to comfortably come into Pinzer. If it eats an Earthquake after Stealth Rock, it definitely is in quick attack range, if not dies. Pardon me. Alright, so Volcarona was ultimately the play. I imagine that draws out the Keldeo. Maybe he doubles to Superior. I'm predicting the Keldeo here. Although you could argue very much so that Tornadus Darien could be the pivot from the X-ray side, although that would die to a +1 hit after Stealth Rocks, most definitely. So I think that you go to Keldeo. Hopefully for X-ray this is Bullet Punch, because there could be some rolls on a +1 or a +2 Volcarona versus Keldeo, in which case Bullet Punch can finish it off, and Bullet Punch also could be of great use against a Pinzer, and perhaps even a Superior. Anyway, we're going to see a Quiver Dance there from the Volcarona, interestingly enough. No nonsense play, although it could have risked Zen staying in. Zen plus Bullet Punch probably killed, but that was a smart Quiver Dance there. I think Keldeo is really predictable there. So I think the Quiver Dance just switch personally. The question is he Quiver Dance again, trying to live a Hydro Pump, or does he have some attack that he feels will put him in a better off position? I'm not quite sure. Let's wait and see. So they're making fun of what X-ray said about New at LMAO in the chat. Like, oh, do you think he knew what the Volks was too? That's pretty funny. Yeah, no, X-ray is a fun guy, but he's also pretty easy to make fun of because of some shit he says. I love X-ray though. Anyway, I think that despite it being 6-5 in favor of X-ray, I actually think Ben Gay has the upper hand here. I think that the combination of win conditions is going to serve him well in this position overall, but if this Volcarona isn't able to do it here, then that actually could be an issue. But I think that Volcarona plus Bisharp does look very nice, assuming the Bisharp does get a free turn. Pardon that. Just trying to think here. Well, okay, so Ben went to Superior on a Hydro Pump, and it did 40. So that does reveal its max HP Superior. I wonder if X-ray is going to quote unquote know it that it was that it's light screen and reflect. It most definitely is. This makes a ton of sense in this team. I imagine it just clicks light screen here. Anyway, X-ray's timer is down to 210. Last turn Ben Gaze was at 120. So they're definitely taking their time and thinking this through. I think that X-ray just goes Tornado Starion here. I can't really imagine much of another play here at this point, but let's wait and see. I mean, in theory, it could go to Metagross, but like, why? It could go to Latias, but I think that doesn't put him in as good a position as Tornado Starion, because Tornado Starion has the ability to pivot and whatnot. Light screen on, so he goes Glare on a Tornadus, and then light screen on a full Paralysis. Then Reflect on a U-turn. So, now Landorus T does come in, and he's able to set up those rocks at the very least, so that's something. I mean, I assume the last move is Leaf Storm. So he goes to Leaf Storm, and he's going to end up coming up empty-handed and missing there. Now we have 1, of course, 2, of course, 3, of course, 4, of course, 1, alas. All in the chat. Wow. Okay, we've got some Bengay fanboys out here. Rowdy. And Ryusen is going to do a mere 23% after the follow-up leaf storm does 40% to the landers, chipping it at to 48%, meaning it's essentially incapable of checking the Pinzer and Bishop there. But I suppose that was a fair trade, as it now pushes the Starmie's hand to get a rapid spin off. Otherwise, both the Pinzer and the Volcarona are going to be taking significant damage. A follow-up leaf storm into the Tornado's T is going to do 26%, and it's going to get fully paralyzed. So now this is maybe a roll to kill, but probably not. But it's going to have to hit a Hurricane through this next turn, I believe. This is a bit of an awkward position for X-Ray, I would say. Let's see here. Leaf Storm. Okay, so it's going to get the roll and kill. Also getting it to +6 with Light Screen and Reflect Up. There's no Heatran, no Ferrothorn in sight, so this could be a threat. I imagine Scarf Latias is able to take it out, however. So hopefully that is indeed the set. Otherwise, just in for a world of pain here. Alright. X-Ray is taking his time, though, which is a fair thing to do, considering you're facing a +6 superior. So he's probably just calculating some things, but at the end of the day, I think he's ultimately just going to click his own Latias. Okay, so he goes to superior. Is that not Scarf Latias? What other set would it be? Otherwise, it'd just be Latios, right? I don't know. But anyway, he goes to his own superior. Surely, Glare? Did Leaf Storm not just kill? Anyway, so he goes for Glare into the opposing SERP, which goes for Leaf Storm, doing 12% into the superior on the opposing side. So now the next turn it should die if there's no fully process and it doesn't die on its own. But I quite frankly believe that the Leaf Storm from the superior might be able to kill the other superior. And oh wow, it only does 57%. That is quite surprising to me. It did so little. I guess it's the fact that it's max HP and not max special attack that really screwed with my mental calc there, to be quite honest. But anyway, this superior lives quite comfortably there. Gonna be at 31%. However, anything can come into revenge kill it, including the Starmie. So if the Starmie really has some desire to rapid spin at this exact point in time, then it has every right to do so, every ability to do so. In fact, it could very well claim the kill and then rapid spin on anything else, seeing as there are no real setup Pokemon to take advantage of the Starmie, and it's faster than everything besides potential Scarf Latias, which should not be able to kill it from with Draco Meteor from 88%, I don't think, because Latias is a relatively weak Pokemon. Maybe it's a roll if it's offensive Starmie. I don't know what the set is. He goes for Rapid Spin here instead, takes Life Orb damage. Giga Drain brings it up to 59%, but now it's just Volcarona food. The Volcarona, in fact, probably is going to be using Quiver Dance, if I had to guess. Meaning we'll probably see the Keldeo here. Keldeo's going to come on in on Quiver Dance. Yup. So imagine we're going to be playing Hydro Pump Roulette now. It's worth noting that if this is a Healing Wish Latias, then that could be the saving grace for the X-Ray side. However, the Metagross is still going to have to get through the Pinzer. So this is going to be a bit of a dicey endgame with the superior. I mean, paralyzed as well, although I don't think that actually plays a big role here. McMegan driving the chat to Ben is so disciplined. Actually, he's played this pretty disciplined. He hasn't really blown his load quite yet, which is quite good, I'd say, because now he has all of his win conditions and the opponent position right where he wants him to. If you're Ben Gay, I think you just Quiver Dance up again here. You live any hit, I believe, afterwards, unless Hydro Pump's like a roll to kill. I doubt it. Alright, Ben Gay's down to 60 seconds, probably calculating the sequence out. He knows he wants some damage on this. I think that the play is, though, to get as much damage as you can on this thing, go a substitute on a dodge of Hydro Pump. Oh no, but why is this substitute? I'm a bit confused. Hydro Pump connects there, so it breaks the substitute, obviously. Connects there again. Is this substitute into a berry? Or Swarm? It could be substituted into Swarm. Hit again. Alright, so now what? Lives, Hydro Pump connects, so, why didn't he sub again? I'm confused. He could have just Bug Buzzed twice, too. Why did... You just Quiver Dance again, and then your Bug Buzz, or your Bug Buzz twice. I'm so lost. I don't think that made sense from Ben Gay. I think that he botched his sequence. He could have done Mortalus, or killed it. He probably just killed it, honestly. And he definitely should have, at very least, if he was pursuing that path with Swarm, substituted once more. Seeing as he had another chance to dodge. Also waste another PP. It only has 2 left, so it would have had 1 left. So then, in theory, he could have gotten a free Swords Dance with something if he fought to other. Yeah, he said, I choked F in the battle chat, so that pretty much confirms it, that he did choke. Classic Ben Gay. Joel Blade into choke, but I think he still has a chance to win. 20 seconds remain. 15 seconds remain for him. X-Ray says you can still win, so Bisharp comes on out for X-Ray. For Craing, rather. Playing with fire here. Honestly, if I'm X-Ray, I go to Landorus and fodder it, then I go to Latias, then I click Healing Wish. No, actually, that's a losing play, because then you lose to Pinsir afterwards. Shit. Yeah, I think Pinsir wins at the end. Do you just click Hydro Pump there if you're X-Ray and pray for another choke? Or do you go straight to Latias? I don't think that matters. Maybe it does. Maybe then it lets Metagross. You get the Intimidate off on a Evolved Pinsir, then you get Metagross in after that, and you could live and you can get enough hits off. Yeah, I think that X-Ray's got to make some kind of right play. He goes to Superior. You know what? That might have been the play. And the Pinsir. Okay. I hope this is Glare for X-Ray's sake, but it did reveal Leaf Storm plus Giga Drain, so I'm not quite sure. Ben Gay's down to 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, X-Ray's timer's going down now. Oof, boy. If he times out there, that's a loss. I think that Superior play was actually the best play from X-Ray in hindsight. It was by far the least needed member of his team. They could afford to fight on that much more than the... He goes to Latias here. If that goes to Latias on a return, it's not going to be good. On a Swords Dance, though, he gets that play, I guess, right. Because Draco into Bullet Punch kill? Oh, Ben Gay lost an activity. Game over. So, yeah, I think that... He said he clicked. Yeah, well, that's his fault. Entirely his fault. But, I mean, I guess that's your first timer loss of SPL. But I'm pretty sure he won this game with the... Sorry, I can't talk. With the Bisharp ultimately. Because he couldn't have Healing Wished plus beaten this. Yeah, I think Ben Gay definitely won that, unfortunately. But since it wasn't 100%, can't really do anything about it. X-Ray gets to win and moves on to 1-0. Really only Ben Gay's fault there, so unfortunate. But yeah, big win in the first game of the series and the season, putting them up 1-0 and putting the Scooters down 0-1. Unfortunate.